Good afternoon, all the Saba animal lovers. We are here with Bill Baker, Regina Baker, and we have a special guest today, Autumn Terry. She is our foster coordinator. So welcome, Autumn.
Thank you. So excited.
Well, Autumn, we're glad to have you here. Kind of get started with our questions that we've got going here. The first one we have for you is, what inspired you to become a foster coordinator for pet rescue?
Well, anybody that knows me knows that we have tons of dogs, like personal dogs. And so I think every dog needs love, like I love my dogs, but people say it's over the top. But
Never over the top.
It's they go everywhere with me. And I think the main thing for fosters, the word foster means that an animal's not in a cage. They're not at a shelter. They're not in a cage. They get to be a part of a family. They probably more than likely get more loving being in a foster family. You know, not all the time, but sometimes, you know, they get to be a part of somebody's life. And it may be temporary, but it's better than a cage. It's better than not having the love, not having. I think about my own animals, and if something happened and they had to be in a cage, they would go crazy. Like they would go crazy. So I want to be able to put these fosters in homes where they're going to be loved and taken care of until the next step.
Makes sense. Yeah, it's the next step. Get them to their permanent home. Can you share a memorable story, a success story of a pet that found a forever home through foster care?
Yeah, of course. So growing up, I lived 10 miles out in the country, and so I'm not going to say how old I am, but I'm older. And so we had
older than me.
You know.
Oh, that was not nice.
It happens. But we always had animals dropped off out in the country. But before, since I have a friend's animals, there was nowhere to take them. We had, you know, the city, but when we found them, there was nowhere to take them. So when this was formed, I was so excited. And so my favorite foster story is about 5 or 6 years ago. I was headed to town, and go back about 6 months, we were coming in from Lomita, and we saw this animal, and it looked kind of like a coat, but it was real scraggly, and it took off running. I'm like, okay, whatever. And about 6 months later, I'm driving to town, and here, I think it was the same dog. It was a German Shepherd, intact. He had been living off the, I don't know how long he'd been out there. He was skin and bones. And anyway, so I call Kate, and Kate's like, we don't have a foster, can you foster him? And I'm like, oh, okay, I've got all these other dogs, but yes, I will. And she goes, we'll help, we'll take him to the vet, we'll do all the things. And I'm like, okay. So we take him to the vet, and he had some kind of something to testicular thing, and it made him look like he had the mange. And so he was bald, that's why he was bald in all these spots. So through Kate, we got him fixed. We had to give him baths. We did all these things, and I had him for about 3 or 4 months. And so then she helped me get him into a place. And when he left, he was fat. He gained about 25 pounds. His hair was coming in. He was gorgeous. And
Those success stories make you feel so good.
Yes.
When you see an animal that's really suffering and sick. We've got a kitten right now at our house with the same kind of, it's pretty sick. But I'm already seeing her bounce up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing. It makes you feel so good.
Yes, yeah. So that's my story, my favorite story.
Gotcha. We experienced Bella getting her hair back and getting her strength, and it's fun to see them kind of develop into their personality.
And then see them go to their forever home.
Yeah. Yes.
And see those picture updates from the adopter and how happy they are, knowing they would never have had that chance. Your German Shepherd probably would have died. Along the road without your help. Yeah, and so it was a really, and he was so sweet. Like he was a sweet. It was either me saving his life, or he was just a sweetheart. He would put his head in my lap. He was so sweet. He slept on the floor by our bed. Anyways, awesome. He was So yeah.
Good. All right, next question. What challenges do you face in coordinating foster homes for pets, and how do you overcome them?
So it's fine. I've asked since I've been coordinator, I've asked some people, and they're like, I have little kids, and I can't imagine like bringing an animal in and fostering them, and then having them go on to their forever home. And I'm like, well, okay, I get that. So,
but they can teach their kids what rescue work is and what rescue does and how they're saving an animal, and they can't help another animal if they don't let that one go.
For sure. And I think it's a life lesson for sure all the way around.
Yes.
I think. And then I don't think everybody understands what Friends of St. Saba does to help the foster animal. So I think getting a home, a foster willing to do that. But they also, I mean, I think some of them don't realize that it's not really money out of their pocket, because the Friends of St. Saba, they help with medical bills, they help get them fixed, they
pay for food, everything.
So their main job, I think, is to just love an animal.
Yeah.
Bring it into your home, and you know, some of them I have seen in town, like people at the winery. You know, they brought one in and they were socializing this dog, and so it's not just fostering and loving. It is also helping develop. You know, like that one dog had been out for who knows how long, so he needed some socialization and he needed some things. So you know, I think foster, it's important to just realize that it's not out of their pocket. For instance, Saba helps. What else? I have notes. And so
that's good. I have too.
Yeah. And so it's just making teaching people or educating people on what it is to be a foster. Mm-hmm. And so that's the main thing.
And on top of food and medical, you know, they need supplies. If the dog is crate trained, which quite a few of the dogs that we get are crate trained. We've got a foster right now that goes outside during the day, and at night he sleeps inside the guest room in a crate, never barks, never cries, sleeps the entire night. But we can provide the crates, all the, you know, if it's a cat, we have cat towers we can provide, or you know, like little cages to let the cats in, so we can provide all of that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, next question. How can individuals interested in fostering pets get involved and make a difference?
They can go to our website, SabaAnimals.com, and on there we have it says foster, and we have a form that you can fill out, and it goes directly to me, and then I will get in contact with you, and we'll go over it and ask questions, and you know, you tell me kind of what you're looking for, and you know, some people may want just a dog, and some people may just be able to foster cats, and so I think it's going to be figuring out what works best for them.
And it's kitten season.
Oh yeah.
So if anybody wants some little kittens that they get to love on and cuddle with, and then see them go away, that's sometimes to some people that's the best part, is that they get to help, and then they don't have to have the cat forever. So being able to play with a lovable kitten, I mean, who doesn't want that?
Yes.
And we've got some currently that are in foster, but it is kitten season, so we're expecting more.
Yeah.
And additionally, if they don't want to go to the internet, to the website, they can always call 372-PETS and hit extension 2.
Yeah.
And it'll go straight to the foster.
Or email at foster@SabaAnimals.com.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll for sure get back however and whenever I can.
Awesome. Are there specific qualities or requirements you look for in potential foster families?
Again, on that form, it pretty much answers all those questions. As far as what we're looking for, what you need. I know there's a reference, so, you know, put your vet down, put, you know, people that can attest to how well your animals, you know, is it, I think, 3 references?
It's a super easy form. We just got to make sure that if you're good to your pets, you'll be good to our pets.
Mm-hmm.
So, just somebody that loves animals.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you highlight the impact of fostering on the overall well-being and adoption prospects for the pets?
Well, somehow I missed that one. I focused on all the other ones. Again, I guess it's just, I know that we have some that we're getting ready to go into foster homes that they don't like a leash pretty much.
They sit and won't move.
Yeah. They're good at sitting, but it's the go. It's the go.
They need a little help.
They need a little help, and so
they need to learn to walk on a leash.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's, for example, that's what a foster. Once they get to your home, teach them how to do those things, how to walk on a leash, how to socialize, how all those things, and so those fosters and teaching those things are going to make it so much easier, I believe, to get them adopted out.
Yes.
Is if they have those skills or those, they've already been taught those things.
Well, a lot of, not always, but a lot of the dogs that we get sometimes have been a little over-disciplined or come from some situations that aren't always as good. So, for instance, dogs that don't want to walk on a leash sometimes are afraid to. They're afraid to get up and walk out. So they just need that reassurance that you're safe.
Yeah.
And we're not going to harm you. And
it's fun. You get to go, and that's what they need to realize. Okay, if I walk, I get to go places. Like, that's how I am with our dogs. Like, until you can walk on a leash, you can't go anywhere. So, I think they need that. Okay, this isn't a bad deal. Like, I get treats when I go to the bank, or I get treats when I go here. Wherever it is that, they're able to be socialized and taught those things at.
Well, my dog has discovered if he gets to go to Tractor Supply, he knows right to go to the front desk.
Oh, yeah.
He always ends up with treats.
Yes.
I used to have a dog, which is kind of funny, but he knew when we went to Home Depot, he knew the people that wore the orange vest. He literally knew the vest. So anytime he would see a vest, he would just sit and stare at them and wait for his treat. And sometimes they didn't always have them, and he did not understand that. But generally speaking, he would go up and sit, and they would just look at him like, "What?
Are you lost?"
They're pretty smart.
Oh, how funny!
Well, like when Brenda was in here a couple weeks ago, and she was talking about they take their fosters for 30-minute walks once or twice a day, and it just gets socializing, getting them out, getting them the experience they need, walking on the leash, being around other animals, being around other people.
Which is also great for the people that are fostering them. That's exercise that they may not. I mean, that's another part of being a foster. Yeah, it forces you to get outside, even when you don't want to. That dog needs to go outside and walk. So I think it's good exercise for the foster as well.
And good mental.
Yeah.
So I, for instance, I had a friend who was suffering with a little depression, and she had no dogs. And she ended up getting a Tweenie, fell in love with it. Now she has 2. But she said, if I had known how much it helped with my depression and my anxiety, I would have had dogs years ago. So they're very therapeutic.
Oh, yeah. I think that's fine. Right? Oh, and that was another reason to be foster coordinator is because my husband told me no more dogs. This way, I get to play with all the dogs. Like, I get to go play and
and help
and do all the things. And then I keep my husband happy. So that's kind of important.
That's awesome.
Good. It's always good to keep the husband happy.
Yeah.
All right. So, what advice do you have for someone considering rescuing a pet and being a foster parent? And I guess the emphasis here on rescuing a pet. I mean, it's a temporary situation. It's not a long term, but I mean, it could be a week. It could be over a month, but
or 3 months. I mean, it's just, I think giving something else love. I think is I don't know, kind of like that. Like, you can foster and find out if it works. Like, if a dog will help you bring your anxiety down, bring the depression, and and focusing on something other than yourself and your mental health, and and that's seeing that dog be good and ready to adopt out, and then knowing that here, if you're really good at it, there's plenty more. Like, if we have fosters and they help us get them adopted out, then we're able to say more.
Yep.
Like, we have to have fosters and then that helps us adopt them out. And then those fosters help us to be able to take more in and, adopt more out. So it's a revolving door, and I think that's...
Another good thing about fostering that I think, too, is if you're looking at getting a dog and you're kind of unsure, you can always foster to adopt. So you can say, hey, I'll foster that dog, and let me see if it's a match for our home. Let me see if he fits and if I'm actually ready. And then if you are, you have the option of adopting that dog.
We have, how many do we have that are foster to adopt right now?
We've got several, and those dogs are basically when a puppy is too little to be spayed or neutered. We have to have them at least 6 months old. These people have technically adopted the dog, but we don't do the complete paperwork or anything until we don't let any of our animals go out unless they're spayed or neutered.
Right.
So once they're spayed or neutered, those people will finish the adoption process. But these dogs are already in their home waiting.
And one thing for people to understand is that when we do have a foster parent take an animal into their home, we use resources like events in town and around town to show the animals, promote them, looking for people wanting to do adoptions. But additionally, we use a service like Pet Finder, and we put nice profiles, up-to-date profiles, and we try to keep the pictures as current as possible. And I'm quite surprised over the last 3 or 4 months how many people have come in and we've asked, how did you hear about us? Oh, I saw you on Pet Finder. And they've come 100+ miles to come in because they found that right animal.
Mm-hmm.
So we do go to great efforts to try to find these dogs a forever home, so to make it easier for the foster parents.
And another thing is, you don't have to be in San Saba. Like, you don't even have to be in San Saba County to foster. You can. We have several that aren't. They're not in town. They're around this county. You know, so you don't just have to be here to foster for us or help. You know, do anything.
Okay. Are there any upcoming events or initiatives the community should be aware of to support your pet rescue efforts?
My goodness. Yes. I'm so excited just because, I don't know. The nursing home is having an Easter party tomorrow, and for the residents and the families. The Easter Bunny is going to be there. They're decorating eggs. They're doing all the Easter things. The Easter Bunny is going to be there. I may have said that, to take pictures. And what better way to have a dog? I mean, like, so we're going to have some fosters out there.
Loving on them,
which I'm so excited about because, you know, they're. That's another thing that has my heart because they need to. Old people they miss that. Older people. I don't even mean to call that. But if they had pets at home, this gives them a chance for an afternoon to love on something.
And this is an event. This is an event that we're not adopting. We're just taking the animals out to be around the people.
No, we're not adopting them out. We're not saying here, take them into the nursing home.
This is just getting the social work, get them socialized, get them out, giving the people at the nursing home a chance to be around some pets.
And then also pecan trade days, the first Saturday of every month from 9 to 2. We're going to have them up there at the square, and you can come by and play with them. That
was a big success last month when we were
there. It was. We had a coin fundraiser that was amazing. We had $113 donated in just change.
Oh, wow.
And then we might be putting that change jar out there every week. And then we had quite a few cash donations, and it was very helpful. I think it was right around $700 that we raised.
Wow.
Which was amazing because, let me tell you, we had a $4,000 vet bill last month. And then, you know, we had the Samson who was shot, and then the sick kitten Bunny. So both of those vet bills are going to be quite large.
Mm-hmm.
So that money really helps us.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, my final question for you. What role does the community support play in the success of your foster program?
Just, it doesn't necessarily, it doesn't have to be like you fostering. It's coming by or event at the square and dropping some change. And that was my plan, is to clean out all the trucks and get the change and just put them in that bucket. Like, so once a month, you know, if you have a little cup, then put your change in it and come by and see what we got. And I think everything just, the community support's a big deal.
It is big.
It's huge.
We can't do it without it.
Mm-mm. And this town, San Saba, is, I think, one of the best. They're good. And so, even if it's not, like I said earlier, even if it's not coming and fostering, like, you can come and on the square, you know, come play with them. They would love, you know, to see other people besides just us that we're waiting to get fosters. And maybe, you know, you come up there and meet them on the square and say, oh, I think this one might fit, and talk to us. I mean, we can have applications up there printed out and fill it out and go from there.
Well, you are absolutely right. We are in a great community, and San Saba County has been wonderful helping San Saba County Friends of Animals, and been great to the pets, and not just from a financial point of view, but additionally from coming in and helping, giving the support when needed, whether helping with vet bills or helping foster or coming and helping out on events. I think it's a there's many other things that people in this community help out that people don't realize behind the scenes. We are very blessed to be in this wonderful community, and I'm impressed every month to see the outreach that I get to see from behind the scenes coming in, which a lot of people don't know about and probably will never know, but there's some good people in this community.
There are.
So a couple of things I wanted to talk about. We have a couple fundraisers going on. So today from 11 to 11, if you are in the Cedar Park area, so if anybody's watching or listening in the Cedar Park area or anybody's traveling to Austin, I'm going today into Austin for something, and I am getting takeout on the way home. But if you go to BJ's Brew House, located at 1001 East Whitestone Boulevard in Cedar Park, you can find this flyer on our website, our Facebook page. Or if you do takeout, you give them the code MAR307. For all food and soft beverages, we get money donated. 20% will be donated to San Saba County Friends of Animals, which that's huge. So if you're listening, go by BJ's Brew House, give them that code, show them the flyer, and we get back 20%. So I know it's a little bit of a distance, but why not? I mean, anything, it can add up. Another thing that we're doing is a Pampered Chef party. Richard Tracy was so awesome to start this party for us. It ends on the 17th of this month, and we get 30% of all sales. So that's a great deal. Pampered Chef has so many good little tools and stuff. I'm ordering Bill a little barbecue baster thing. So 30%. You may not have wanted me to say that, but no, it's great for barbecue. But anyway, 30% of sales go to us. That link is also on our Facebook page, and that's a wonderful way to get something, but also help the animals. We also are starting our raffle, which I'm real excited about. We were donated a 2019 Hustler Raptor STX 54-inch zero-turn lawnmower. It only has about 70 hours on it. It's an amazing mower, lots of power. It's pretty cool. You've seen it. And we're going to be doing a raffle for that. So it's going to be $10 per ticket, or 6 tickets for $50. By tomorrow evening, you'll be able to purchase tickets on our website at sansabaanimals.com, or you can see any of the board members, and they'll have tickets available, actual tickets. The drawing is going to be on April 30th. So it's a little early for Father's Day, but hey, maybe a mother would want this for Mother's Day. So it's a great way
I don't
to
think
support
any
us.
dad's going to complain about new lawnmower. I'm a month early.
I'm upset that I can't buy a raffle ticket for it.
Oh, man.
I've heard lots of people that are ready to buy the tickets. So we've got these great little tickets, and to see a board member, and you can purchase those tickets. Another thing, Autumn had talked about fostering. We do have a new foster and a volunteer Facebook page. The Fosters is all things Autumn. She'll post. She'll keep you up to date on fosters. Any questions you have, anything you want to see about fostering, you can find on our foster page. And then today, or actually yesterday evening, we started a volunteer page. That volunteer page is going to be used for things like fundraising volunteers. When we have a fundraising event, we need volunteers to come help us with that. Right now, we need people who like to sew. We need some trap covers. So if anybody out there wants to sew, you can make these trap covers. We provide the sheets and stuff that you need. We just need you to sew them. If anybody wants to walk dogs, anything like that, high schoolers, it's great on for the seniors. It's great on your resume, and it's good for your volunteer hours that you need. And just working events, going out to pecan trade days, things like that. So there's lots of volunteer opportunities in all capacities, from 30 minutes to 5 hours. I mean, whatever you want to give, we've got something for you. And if you can't give financially, volunteering is a way to help with the animals. So another thing I just wanted to note is that we did move our board meeting. Our board meeting is normally scheduled for April 8th, but because of the eclipse, nobody wants to be out that day. So we're going to move our board meeting to April 1st. So if anybody wants to attend that and wants more information, just email me at info@sansabaanimals.com or call me at 372-PETS extension 0, and we can give you more information on attending the board meeting, which is another great way to find out more and see if you potentially want to volunteer. Let's see. Oh, we are still looking for land for our, we had a generous donor that's willing to volunteer to build as a shelter, but we are in need of a place to put that shelter. So if anybody is selling or would be interested in donating any portion of land in the county, we would prefer it close to the city just so volunteers are able to come and volunteer, but definitely does not have to be in the city. So please reach out to us if you have anything like that.
Absolutely.
Another thing that I wanted to do is a new thing called just a pet fact of the week.
Okay.
So this week's pet fact is on whiskers. So cat whiskers are highly sensitive and can detect changes in the air currents. It's kind of like faint vibrations or like little radar detectors. And in the wild, it can alert of prey or animals, unsafe animals. And in the home, it helps locate food bowls, toys, things like that. However, whisker fatigue can occur if they're overstimulated by too much touch or pressure on their whiskers. So that's a kind of a neat little thing, just talking about cats. And then last but not least, I just wanted to let everybody know we've kind of divided things up into departments. So we have Miss Kim Wells, who's our adoption coordinator. And if you want to reach her, you can call the 372-PETS and hit extension 1, or you can email her at adopt@sansabaanimals.com. And of course, we've got Autumn Terry, our new foster coordinator, and she's at extension 2, or email is foster@sansabaanimals.com. Our new SNAP coordinator is Cindy Faye, and she's at extension 4, or snap@sansabaanimals.com. And our TNR coordinator is Robin Dial. She is busy today out trapping cats as we speak. And her extension is 3, or you can reach her at TNR@sansabaanimals.com. If you need to reach me or have other questions, I'm at extension 0, or you can email me at info@sansabaanimals.com.
And I'm sure that if they want tickets, raffle tickets, you can call me or any of those ladies and let them know, hey, I need tickets, and that may be,
We need to sell as many of these as we can get, because this is a great thing, and this is a great way for us to raise money. So we are hoping to sell a lot of these tickets.
yes.
All right.
Well,
Anything else?
I think that's about it.
Autumn, you got a word?
No, I mean, I'm comfortable now. We can talk some more, but I won't bore everybody. They probably want,
They want the radio back.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
You're
much,
so
Autumn,
welcome.
for coming, and for everybody that's listening or watching online, and we look forward to next Wednesday at noon.
Yes.
All right. Talk to y'all next week.